I just wanted to start by saying something to the parents who are grieving for the loss of their adult daughter. I only knew your daughter for the briefest periods at debating competitions when we were teenagers about 33 years ago. I was 17 years old and I think that she was 16 years old. And in losing that person, your daughter, you've suffered a terrible loss. And you did not deserve the frenzied politicisation of the circumstances of your daughter's death the past week. And I have thought long and hard about the implications for you of what I feel that I need to say today. And I hope that whatever else happens from this point, that you will understand that in saying today that the things that are being claimed to have happened did not happen, that I do not mean to impose anything more upon your grief. But I hope that you will also understand that because what is being alleged did not happen, I must say so publicly. Prior to last Friday's story in the ABC, no one in law enforcement or the law or politics or the media ever put any substance of any specific allegations to me at all. I was aware over the last few months of a whispering campaign. Had the accusation ever been put to me before they were printed, I would have at least been able to say the only thing that I can say, likely the only thing that I'm ever going to be able to say, and it's the truth, and that is that nothing in the allegations that have been printed ever happened. Even now, the only information I have about the allegations is what has been circulating online and in certain media outlets. The allegations appear to be about a period in early 1988 during an end-of-school debating competition at Sydney University. I was 17 years old and the other person was 16. We were both selected with two others on the Australian Schools debating team, and we went to Sydney University for an international competition. It was a long time ago, I always remembered it as a happy time. But I can say categorically that what has been put in various forms, in allegations, simply did not happen. In this last week, I have tried to do what I've tried to do all of my life. Respect the rules and the processes and the law. I was determined to follow the process set out by the AFP Commissioner, and it's a process, because of my background I know well, to not comment on allegations through the media because it risks prejudicing any investigation. So I've waited until the New South Wales Police concluded their consideration of the matter, and staying silent, following the rules, was a very difficult decision. While I have followed the rules and stayed silent, I have been subject to the most wild, intense, unrestrained series of accusations that I can remember in modern Australian politics. Maybe that's the new normal. I hope for everyone's sake it's not. A very difficult part of following those rules was that my colleagues have become the target of allegations and speculation themselves. My colleagues are my friends, and I'm deeply sorry to each of them for that. But I followed the rules. I did precisely the same thing the former opposition leader did, and I waited for the police to conduct and conclude the process that they apparently had on foot. I make no criticism of the former opposition leader. I now understand what he went through. He also followed the rules, and he did the difficult thing asked of all of us by law enforcement authorities. I think a difference for the former opposition leader was that for him, while the police process was on foot, The entire Australian media left the issue to be dealt with by the authorities and did not start an attempt to conclude a public trial by media. There weren't any calls for him to stand down or public reporting of anonymous, unsourced, untested material designed to try someone in public while they're duty bound to remain silent. Indeed, when something similar happened to the former leader of the opposition, everyone followed the accepted process, and for a very long time they did that. With me, certain outlets couldn't even give it a week without trying, possibly convicting me publicly with allegations. Perhaps another difference is that I've never had any kind of formal or substantive detail, or any detail at all, about this matter of what was actually being alleged. Nothing like that has ever actually been put to me. Up until last week, central to both our justice system and Australian journalism was that in reporting, just like in the justice system, it was always a basic foundational starting point that at the very least, for anything resembling a fair process, the accusation would need to be put to the person being accused. Before last Friday, all I can say is that I had heard, I think about November last year, a rumour that was being spread by a small number of people that I had somehow offended against someone decades ago in a way that was never specified to me. Something that I am just personally struggling to even wrap my head around is that all of this has happened, and I have never been contacted in any substantive form by anyone putting to me the details of what appears is now being alleged against me. No one put anything in any detail to me seeking a response.